The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. A good guy with a gun. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And background checks and a good guy. The other thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a law degree who uses it to close gun show loopholes. And another thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a ban on semi-automatic weapons, comprehensive mental health care, and a good guy with a gun. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms must not be infringed. As you can see, there's no room for interpretation. A militia that is regulated does no regulation. Sure, a bad guy with a gun can cause a lot of devastation. So you're gonna need a good guy like me, or the other 55 million American heroes with guns. Anything that stops the bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Like the 3% of Americans who own half the guns in the USA. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And background checks, closing gun show loopholes, a ban on semi-automatic weapons, comprehensive mental health care, mandatory waiting periods, common sense reform instead of fucks and prayers, labeling the NRA as a terrorist organization. Don't forget. Good guy. Yes, a good guy with a gun.
The All About Nothing podcast may have content and language that isn't appropriate for some. Listener discretion is advised. Recorded live from GOT Sound Studios in Lexington, South Carolina, this is the All About Nothing podcast. With Barrett Gruber, Zach King, and of course, me, Trenton Clark.
All right, welcome to another episode of the All About Nothing podcast. I am Barrett Gruber, joined by Zach King, Trent Clark. This is episode number 149. We are unbelievably
49.
close to 150.
To 150.
150.
Man, we gotta get him. Who's gonna be that 150 guest, man? Should we get the 150 guest?
I don't know.
Dang, I was holding on there.
Well, you hit me up and you was like, I need to be on the podcast. I'm like, all right, well, 149.
For the remainder of this episode, we'll just call it 149.5.
0.5.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We might have to bring it into two parts.
Please subscribe to the show. Subscriptions drive our searches. That's how we get new listeners. Also, please consider supporting us financially by visiting our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/theallaboutnothing. And you can make it easier on yourselves by visiting our website, theallaboutnothing.com, for links and details. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts and you think we're worth it, go ahead and give us one of those 5-star reviews. You can punch up you can talk about us in those reviews.
Yeah. And if you see us, talk to us about it.
I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing last week.
Dude, I do
I thought
that
you had
all
a
the
black shirt
time.
on last week.
Do it all the time. Same shirt.
I have a black tee on under this one, and that's what I had on last week, so I just threw this on.
I feel like I was ahead of the ball with that because I told you when I wore the blue, I was like, damn it, blue and
Yeah. So now I followed up. I feel like you're just wearing more and more clothing, so I can't.
Yeah. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
It's still coming.
If you're
It
not
got me last week.
Oh, he did get you?
Yeah, you was on tape.
Yeah. If you're not listening listening to us on Apple, you can give us one of those thumbs up or share the episode with your family and friends. Also, follow us on Twitter at AAN_pod and interact with us that way. Shout outs this week. Big shout out to a new patron of the show, Paul Wilson of Atlanta.
Paul Wall.
Huge donation.
Oh, what do you give?
I'm not going to tell you right now.
What you mean? The fans need to know what their standard is.
I'll just say that it was a Bitcoin. Not a full Bitcoin.
Yeah. Okay, well, put it into my Cash App.
I have had to educate myself on.
Should we sell it now before it goes under?
He's like, what do we do? He's like, what do we do this? I thought I didn't know fucking Elon Musk was out there.
So, and completely without being coaxed, he said that and I'll say this is what he said. I quote. We are creative and interesting.
I love it because I think that as well.
I think we're just three different people that have three different opinions on everything, and it makes the show go good.
Yeah.
If we was all the same, it'd be a boring ass show.
That's very true.
Well, yeah, and I think if you look at a high level, we have pretty much the same idea and want to come to the same conclusion.
Yeah,
but the ways we get there, boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta.
Yeah. Before I get too much further, I want to introduce Asia Samuels.
Asia!
Asia's here.
Asia in the house.
We're going to be discussing a lot about the Revue as well as the I guess from I don't know what I'm trying to say. So we're going to talk about the Revue. You do the social media.
I do social media for them and also South Carolina Black Gay Pride.
Yeah.
So you're a bit of a guru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a lot about that here in just a minute. But another shout out: Major League Baseball kicks off their season literally tomorrow. Now, as of this recording, tomorrow, Monday, we'll have seen the Braves sweep the Nationals
6 days ago. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Braves are starting their season in Washington. Chicago's opening up with Milwaukee. Yada yada yada. New rules.
You about to give everybody? That's a lot of teams.
Not a chance.
You was about to go.
Going through all 64.
Only the important ones to me. Most of the league takes Friday off, and then they'll start back on Saturday. But new rules apply this year with Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I heard it's 3 new rules, right?
3 new rules. So you got the pitch back clock, which I like. It speeds the game up, and I think that's good. 18-inch bases. So the bases went from 15 inches across to now they're 18.
Okay.
It's a safety thing.
It's a My Pillow out there.
Yeah, basically.
About to say, man, is that an advantage for people?
Yeah. For stealing bases.
Oh
and whatnot.
yeah, for sure.
And it's a safety. It's a safety aspect to it because it gives more space for the players to hit rather than being potentially like putting their cleats into a baseman's hand.
Well, and it lets all the normal height players know what it feels like to be Jose Altuve.
who won't be starting the season.
Shout out to Jose.
Why are these pillows so big?
That felt a little racist.
Yeah, you can say that, Zach.
All right.
I hate Jose Altuve. I hate Jose Altuve.
All accents aren't good.
Next. My favorite rule of the entire thing is that there is no more defensive shift. So there's got to be at least 4 infielders besides the pitcher, the catcher, inside the infield at the time of the pitch, and at least 2 infielders on each side of the second base.
So the only rule that transitioned into college was the pitch clock.
Okay, so they still have defensive maneuvering as far as
they can do the shift.
Okay,
and all that, and the bases are still the same size. They did institute in the SEC the run rule, which got exercised last night. South Carolina versus Citadel.
Yeah,
if you're up by 10 runs in the 7th inning, game's over.
That's
damn.
I like that.
Well,
I mean, because
ultimately, I'm paying for a full game. I want to see everything.
They stop serving. If you're at the stadium, they stop serving beer at the beginning of the 8th inning.
But they don't stop serving home runs. I want to see them.
There's a lot of baseball that has come back.
I just got to.
Facts. You're right.
There's
you
so
are
much
right.
that has come back from extra innings.
All it takes is one good inning for you to just keep going.
Yeah. Also, shout out Daniel Duncan, who joined our Discord channel.
Oh,
Danny.
Yeah, Daniel's on our Discord channel, so now he can talk to all of us. And
you can message that anytime you want.
Exactly.
Don't feel weird about messaging Barrett.
It's good.
Ever. And he loves birthday wishes from people he don't like.
Shout out also John Kosas Jr., Broadcast and Media Relations Manager with the Columbia Fireflies.
Kos!
They are, of course, the low single-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. His book, Play-by-Play from the Minors, Profile of Baseball Broadcasts from Scranton to Yakima, comes out this June.
So, as we all know, he's got some stories.
Yeah,
definitely got some stories.
We are going to have John on.
He should do an audio book.
Released. Oh, he should do an audiobook. Let us read
Could
it.
he? Oh, yeah. Or you read it.
You know what? I may ask him about that. See if that's something. So now, according to
You're
John,
not doing the player's accent at all on the book either.
I was trying to do it.
none of the Dominicans, none of the
Yeah, no,
Venezuelans.
You guys made it seem like I was doing like
I know. We know what you're doing.
I was
Just
doing
talking
the
shit.
Oompa Loompa voice because he's an Oompa Loompa.
No way.
Jose Altuve's an Oompa Loompa.
He's a little guy.
He is.
That is for
Shout
sure.
out to the little men out there.
so big.
His book is tentatively scheduled to come out on June 15th. So I've put links in the show notes already before, so that's not really an issue. Also, oh no, what happened?
What happened? What? Somebody said something about me?
You saw Paris comment.
What Paris
She
said?
thought you're so professional.
Hello, Paris LaFaris. We're waiting for you to come back.
Wait, is Trent unprofessional when he's there?
I'm very professional. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk. We'll wait. We'll get to it.
All right. So last shout out, T-Mobile, because
What?
I don't know that I could survive.
I owe them right now.
They made
I don't know
Ryan-
if I can shop them.
I don't.
They made Ryan Reynolds $1 billion, Richard.
Yeah, he sold
And so did
Mint
Sprint,
Mobile.
too.
He sold Mint Mobile to T-Mobile. So T-Mobile now owns Mint Mobile.
Yeah, they bought them with Sprint money.
And my bill's gonna stay the same.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Because Ryan Reynolds was giving out I think his phone bill was what? $10, $15 a month.
$15 a month.
And
Oh,
now
yeah.
T-Mobile bought that over. They're like, yeah, we need high phone bills. Yeah.
No.
Get that shit up out of here.
I think they're still going to leave Mint Mobile as a company.
As
It's
Mint
just going to be
Mobile.
Mint Mobile from T-Mobile.
Man, they're going to add some extra charges in there.
Well, when we switch
Some
our
way,
numbers,
somehow.
Trent, it should give us no issue.
Or we should switch our number and be able to pay what Mint. We want Mint prices.
I'm about to say, you probably want mint.
Yeah, I want the Mint
I
prices.
heard he was gonna buy the Ottawa hockey team.
Really?
With the money?
The Senators. Yeah.
Jeez.
He's already gone in on a football team.
Yeah, Wrexham. So,
Oh, speaking of football, Magic Johnson's trying to buy the Commanders.
wow.
He put a bid in.
Do you think-
I think $6 billion.
You
if
know
I'm not
what?
mistaken.
And no one could be worse than who owns it now, Dan Snyder.
I would absolutely, if Magic Johnson buys the team, I would absolutely change the team's name to the
I think he
Washington.
wants
Magic?
to.
No, Washington Dukes.
The Washington Magic sounds pretty cool.
I don't know. Washington
Damn.
Dukes is
The
better than me.
Dukes.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
Duke.
Magic, though. Magic.
The Washington
It's his
Magic.
team. Why not? Charlotte should have been called the Charlotte Jordans.
The Charlotte Jumpmen.
Ooh.
So, shout out to T-Mobile, of course, because they're giving us another year of free MLB TV, which I
Okay.
definitely take advantage of.
Barrett always tells me when it's available. I'm like, I see it, and I'm just hesitant because I was like, I still can't watch the Braves.
But I
Oh,
but-
because you're scared to watch the games?
no,
No, it
because
does. They're blacked out.
yeah, Braves games are blacked out. We live in the Atlanta Braves media
Oh,
market.
so they
which
have to
means-
charge people for those games,
Well,
basically.
you just can't get them through MLB TV, so we
Yeah.
have to go through a different way of finding.
Which is impossible now.
It's pretty.
It's like in the what do they call it, litigation hell when it comes to
Yeah.
Bally's
bankruptcy.
going bankrupt.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Liberty
Yeah.
is buying it or whatever it is.
Yeah,
It sucks.
it does suck. So, all right, moving on.
Let's go.
Welcome, Asia.
Asia.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Says so in the notes that Trent gave me, which I will.
Those notes came directly from her.
All right, mother
So it
of
wasn't
three.
like-
Mother of three.
Yes.
I
I have a 17-year-old son, a 8-year-old daughter, and a 1-year-old.
I have 2 8-year-old twins.
So what you
Little
have is your
girls.
hands full.
Yeah.
I do.
Also
I
says
have a 2-year-old, and I'm already like, all right, that's a lot.
Yeah, and don't be as far apart as I am with my kids. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
No. If you're
Oh,
gonna
I-
have another one, this is the time. 2 is the perfect age.
Okay.
Oh, I told him he's approaching the age. He's getting close to 40. You want to be done at 40?
Yeah, you want to be.
Jesus, I'm not even halfway to 40 yet.
Oh, I thought the gray indicated. Okay.
Well, damn.
So, Asia.
What? No way.
Oh
All right.
my God.
So, Asia says you work in home health care.
I do. I have a client, and I'm just his companion.
Okay.
It's my homie.
Oh, okay.
We go
That's
out.
awesome.
Fridays we go bowling and things like that.
Oh, very nice.
I
All
be
right.
seeing a lot of companions come to the mall a lot. They be coming to the mall and shopping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do that.
No, that makes sense. Social media marketing for the Revue.
Yes.
And I had to clarify this because I didn't realize that the drag show at the main course had a name, which is the Revue.
Correct.
And you're also on the board of South Carolina Black Pride in Columbia. Are you originally from South
I
Carolina?
am. I'm originally from here.
Where did you go to school?
I went to Dreer High School, and I graduated from Richmond Middle College.
Dreer High School.
I went to Dreer. I was a
When
Blue Devil.
when did you go to Dreer?
Oh my God!
Putting her on blast right here, right now.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I'm only 31. I mean, I graduated
Oh.
in 09, so I went to Dreer back
Oh.
in like 06.
So
Okay.
So that means did you know Ben Holiday, a teacher?
Yes.
You might know him as Mr. Holiday.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, you called him Ben. No one knows their teacher's first name.
I think you fucked her up whenever
Yeah, yeah.
Mr.
He was he
Apparently that's his last
he
name.
was he coached. I think he coached volleyball, and he was he. I think at one point he told me he was the linebacker coach or something for the football
yes,
team.
for the football team. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
no, it's a friend of mine. We used to play volleyball.
Barrett just turned 57.
But he don't look it. I mean,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Don't look 57.
He's just 55
It's
for
your
real.
little digs. It's a little. It's
I
those,
thought he said it's his little dick.
I was like, what's it doing, Barrett?
we would never know.
But you brought it up.
Oh my God.
Oh shoot!
Oh man, you better get ready. 'Cause it's about to get crazy.
So
It's all about something today.
It's all about something.
So we have June. Pride Month is coming up in June, and being what happened?
I had notes on my phone.
Sorry. Well, you can't go live and look at the notes.
We told Trent to leave the phone alone.
You gotta
but
have
he
two
wouldn't
phones.
leave
Yeah.
well enough to learn.
He was so
Gotta
desperate
have
to
two
have that right
I
there.
meant to write it down on my notepad.
You know what?
Trent, you're that kind of person. Like, if we have it, we're gonna use it. Damn it!
Hey, look, it's being used.
Asia, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if you could just take and hold the microphone. You can pick that thing up and hold it to you.
Okay.
That works perfect.
This is better.
Give us
works.
some melody.
We just want to make
Yeah.
sure we hear you.
Okay.
That works perfect.
Y'all can hear me better.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
there we go.
There you go.
So much.
It's like ASMR right now.
Short people syndrome.
It did not occur to me when we put this table on stilts.
I want the gaming headset with this microphone that just comes
Oh,
around.
just come right there. Yeah.
Done.
If we didn't have the stills, it'd probably be a perfect height.
If that Bitcoin turns out,
I'm-
we're gonna get that.
I'm actually looking into some of those. I'm
Oh.
actually looking into 4 of those specifically for this room. So
Oh, and then we can call like sporting events over the show or something.
yeah, we'll sit here and watch the games. As far as your role on the board for the South Carolina Black Pride, what do you do with them?
I'm their social media manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got that opportunity to be their social media manager. I don't know. I just find myself, I'm good with social media, and I find myself able to, promote and do things like that. So,
Is this a paid gig?
No, I definitely
Oh.
volunteer. I'm definitely
Do you want to add another one to your resume?
I do.
Yeah.
Why not?
We need
Sure.
Asia has went viral on TikTok
I went
before.
viral on TikTok.
Oh my God! How many
hold on, are you-
views? How many likes?
It was over 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you the exact likes, but this lady at the Revue had posted me one Sunday twerking, and I didn't know I went viral until everybody was telling me, "Girl, you went viral." I was like, "Oh shit!"
So you know what that means? It was at the review. That means
Yeah.
we went viral.
Yeah.
Yes. If it wasn't for Lonzo playing my favorite song, we wouldn't have went viral.
Trent knows
Let's
how to
go,
get people
Paris.
moving,
Let's
no matter
go.
what.
We don't play at the review
That's
every
right.
Sunday.
So with South Carolina Black Pride, what sort of events do you all have coming up for Pride Month?
It's a rainbow gala coming up,
Okay.
and tickets gonna sell April 1st,
Okay.
and they'll be on sale for the first couple of weeks, and then they'll go to regular price.
That's exciting. And as far as like the Pride Parade in Columbia, because I assume there's still going to be a Pride Parade, because I know with you doing Black Pride, are there other segments? I know is there a Latino organization Pride? Is it?
Not from my understanding. If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken, they all do it together, very collectively,
Yeah.
and everybody takes a part in it.
It's like bite weeks. You know, it's a white bite week,
Bite week, it's a
black
black
bite
bite
week,
week,
and ain't
yeah.
no Mexican bite week really.
Yeah.
They just fall in line
They
which
really
one they
do.
want.
But I get the impression with Pride, it's much more inclusive. Like it's.
Well, I'll let Asia explain that.
Yeah.
As far as the difference, as far as prides,
I mean,
As far as the prides go,
you know. I can't even speak on it because me DJing and seeing, it's like they're very selective about who they want to put on certain events.
Yes,
Okay.
They're very,
So
they're
I,
very particular.
I'm not speaking it out of existence, but regular Pride, I don't think they'll probably reach out to me to DJ anything.
Wow.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's 'cause
Because they think I'll bring the wrong crowd.
Right.
Oh, I
they
see.
would think you
I
would bring
see.
the wrong crowd,
Correct.
but that wouldn't be the case.
Exactly.
But it's very judgmental.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's
I get
very
it, though.
judgmental.
I get it.
And mind you, I'm a black straight woman, and I love
Yeah.
the LGBTQ community.
Right. Absolutely.
So, it's very judgmental.
Yeah.
Well, like I some of the friends that I have that are part of that community, I hear it. You
Yeah.
know, I hear.
You hear the gossip, right?
I hear it.
Don't say you don't hear it.
You hear it, they sassy.
99% of the time, I have no idea who they're talking about, but I can feel the angst. I can
Okay.
feel it.
The angst.
And Columbia is small. So
Yeah, very.
everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you knew Ben. No, I'm kidding. Ben, I think, is actually, I don't know if he's still teaching at Dreher. He may not be. They moved to North Carolina for a little while. Anyway, that's enough about Ben. He's
What's-
not,
About to say,
Ben's
Ben getting
address?
a lot of press today, man.
how can, as far as like social media and whatnot, when it comes to Black Pride, the Black Pride, South Carolina Black Pride, as far as social media, like how can allies become more involved? Is there, I assume there's a Facebook page that everybody can like and go and follow and such.
Right. As far as becoming an ally, like it's so crazy because I met Paris through my godfather, who was a black gay man or whatever, and we just clicked, and I don't know, we just took a liking to each other, and
Yeah.
Paris is fun.
Yeah, Paris
yes,
is
and
fun.
I just started helping her, and we started collabing about different stuff and talking about different stuff. So I mean, my thing is, you can come out to the brunches. They don't bite.
No, of course
They're
not.
Please,
like us.
please talk. Look, I've been trying to
That's the
get
one thing
these
when-
two.
when they
I've been
get-
trying to get these two
the
to-
drag queens
from
they
day
bite. They're like,
one.
"Oh, you gotta come on out."
From day one, they have been lying to me, Asia. They haven't came.
And I was finna say that. Why haven't you guys come to a
I
brunch?
literally want to bring my wife because she would destroy me if I went without her.
Okay.
And then getting someone to watch the 2-year-old. That's literally
Nah,
it.
And
I
it's-
got a babysitter.
Okay.
My sister has her own nannying business, so I mean, it's nothing now.
We're gonna get hooked up then.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
I got nothing against that.
I don't have an excuse. Sunday
Yeah,
mornings.
man.
Sunday mornings, I'm either in here recording or
That is the other thing too. We have a second show. The pod was that, and the only time Carrie can do it.
She's not listening to this. There is quite literally no point in promoting her name. Also, she's not going to be on the next 2 episodes. So
That's right.
Oh, I'm not gonna be in town this week.
Yeah, I got something going on this week too.
Yeah, maybe you guys, we can, figure something out.
For
but-
150.
We're gonna
That's what
get
you're saying?
strangers on the street and make them react to TikTok videos that we found.
But they can come Sunday though,
Funny, huh?
guys.
one of the things.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on.
One of the things that I that we see nationally is we see all these states trying to create laws that are banning drag queen shows because of the potential that it's going to somehow groom or influence children.
I'm glad you brought that up, Barrett. Because we talk about this every Sunday.
And my daughter is there damn near every Sunday with me.
Honestly,
Every Sunday.
Here's the thing. I don't understand this this constant nagging about why there is this, what the issue is. I don't understand it. I hear them arguing that it's traumatizing the children, which I don't get.
Correct.
I mean, they're at home playing video games anyway. It
gonna
used to be the
see
video
something.
games were the problem.
Well,
Right. And TV.
video games are way worse now.
I just don't. I don't understand it at all. They're going to read a story from a beautiful drag queen.
Correct.
Oh my god, how horrible!
Or they're gonna go see a show where let's say Paris is up there dancing and lip syncing to something or whatever. Like I don't get. If you take them to the circus, I'd be scared or about my children having nightmares because of clowns.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's no nudity.
And
That's what they got to understand.
It's
There's no
people
nudity
dancing.
there. It's like, and another problem was, I think, I don't know which governor has said it, but they were saying about the drag queen. I think she's actually been to the Revue a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. But they were talking about the drag queen and the kid coming on stage
Which
and
was
hugging her,
her
which
child.
was her biological child.
right.
That just doesn't.
So they thought that it was just a random child
And
that
it
just came up
wasn't.
there. It was her actual biological child.
What would it matter if it was a random child that came up and just hugged her?
But that's what they were trying to make a big deal about.
I know it's a non-starter everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's what finding a boogeyman. That's all they want. Is be like, what? Well,
I think,
this.
if we're being completely honest, I think it's always a distraction. It's a distraction
makes
away
me
from
feel
the guns.
What actual issues.
Well,
are.
and the person who
The
villainizes it has to be the parent or an influence on the child that goes like, they're all men, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What difference did you? Okay, so we've all like it's
And
only
that's also a lot too, because not all drag queens are men.
Some of them are trans.
And some of them
Yeah,
are women.
absolutely.
Some of them are women that's acting like men, or
Yeah,
some of them are
and
just straight women.
and those are drag kings. They have drag kings.
We back-
Right.
okay. You all realize we're not even 100 years out from it. Used to be that only men were in plays.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Yeah.
All Shakespeare's plays were the
used-
women were played by men.
But it
Correct.
used to be that even in movies,
Yeah.
the women's part were played by men.
for sure.
If you look at like school uniforms from like 50, 60 years, only 50, 60 years ago, like my time frame. Thanks you, Zach.
Oh, self burns. I've ingrained self burns in the bear.
Even then, little boys used to wear dresses as part of their school uniform. So it's not like this is, and that was conservative.
Yeah.
Like it used to be that women had to wear like their dresses had to go to a certain like
Like to the ground,
Down
almost
to
to
the
the ankles,
knee,
right? Yeah,
all
I
the way
remember
down
that.
there.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point of this is this dogmatic horse shit
it is.
that is ingrained in people. They're like, it ain't right. Like, well, learn to open your brain a little bit and think
Exactly.
about things.
You got to.
What other opportunities are there to support the South Carolina Black Pride?
You can join our, like I said, a Facebook page, and we also have a website, SouthCarolinaBlackGayPride.com.
Okay.
And Paris just wanted me to let you guys know that y'all can do the show at the Revue, and it's no
There it
excuse.
is.
Yeah,
There it
definitely
is.
said it.
I've been
go.
trying to tell them, Paris. They've been sleeping on. I was like, we can bring
Yeah.
everything we have to the show.
Yeah.
They'll be ready. We got
will.
a back room.
Yeah, that's-
And have all the
We can be
queens come
quiet.
sit down when they're done performing. Sit down. Let's watch the next performance. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do
I
that.
think that'd be a blast. Are there any events coming up that I know we talked about June and Pride Month, and that there's going to be a Pride Fest event, I guess.
Yes, and there's another event. I can't say it verbatim because, of course, it's on my phone, but there is another event that'll be up in, I think, June or July
Okay.
for a National HIV Day.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I know also that Columbia Pride Parade Outfest is going to be on June 3rd, so that's going to be at the beginning of the month. But so tell
D
us.
West is
D West is Mr.
D West is
Outfest.
Mr. Outfest.
And that's
Oh,
Sarah's
okay.
Best friend.
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
The Revue is now is the only show available right now. The brunch.
Yeah, for the Revue right now, we just do that one show on Sundays.
Yep.
But we're looking to start back doing 2 shows because it used to be a 2-show thing. It used to be brunch on Saturdays and Sunday.
I don't know where that bug came from.
No, either.
I don't know, but Asians like me, I can't let it live.
You know what the funniest part is whatever people are watching.
Oh, yeah,
on
they're
YouTube,
probably just like-
it's just they see Zach they see Zach take a little hit, and then all of a sudden he's swinging his arms in the air.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just-
not fidgeting this week, everybody. It's not me. I got high a couple episodes ago and got too high, and I just had to leave.
It was
Yeah,
an
I got too
event.
high.
It was an event. It made the TikTok.
I mean, it was some gas. Can't lie. It was some gas.
Oh my goodness.
When you do the review, do you all ever see any sort of public outcry as far as like, are there any
Like protesters?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Hell
Okay,
no,
okay.
that's the sad part.
The
The
o-
we be right downtown.
The only protesters might be the homeless people trying to get in, and they like trying to like a lot of homeless people. They'll come straight up to the stage.
And
Oh, wow.
And they'll
look around.
just look,
Like
and
during-
everybody's like, during the middle of the
During the
show,
middle of the show.
and we're like, okay, is he gonna move or not? So
You in the front.
we always have to be nice, so we be ultra nice. So a lot of the entertainers, they'll either walk around them or they'll get somebody else to come escort them
Wow.
out. So we're never rude to the homeless people that
Never.
come downtown. Because you never know what somebody's predicament
Yeah.
in. Like
Yeah.
that Sunday, they might have been going through something. That music probably helping them get through stuff. And now they stick a speaker outside.
Oh, okay.
So the speaker is now playing outside when I'm doing it. So it's like, maybe.
Protesters don't want that smoke.
Not on Sundays.
No.
They're at church mostly.
Well, you'd think.
And a lot of people come to the shows at the church.
Literally.
I'm trying to tell you.
Church at 8 o'clock, and then
Yep.
I'm going to
I think
the
that's
show.
cool. I think that's cool.
Yes.
in the state of South Carolina, because I imagine it's probably conversations you all have at the shows. But is there anything that you all are aware of legislatively that they're trying to ban drag shows here in South Carolina?
Paris, we was talking about it. She had mentioned it, but I just hope it doesn't
I don't think that's gonna stick.
I just hope it don't stick. I'm praying it don't stick because it did stick in a couple other states.
Yeah.
So we can't never, you never know.
Yeah,
exactly.
But we're praying that it don't stick at all.
Yeah, it's one of those things that again we talked about it at the beginning, but it just doesn't, to me in my head, it doesn't make sense to ban something that is clearly an artistic it's art.
Yeah.
Regardless of I've been to 2 drag shows in my entire life, both of them in Savannah at the upstairs. I can't remember what the place is called, but
Savannah's an amazing city.
Yeah, but honestly, it was probably the best time at like and I don't like crowds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like crowds make me anxious.
Okay.
But we'll
put you up in the VIP.
Yeah, you gotta go
okay.
upstairs.
Yeah, we'll put you in the VIP.
Can we record from the VIP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's actually a better view. Actually, if you record right there and like at the top, like facing the stage, it's probably the best view.
We're gonna
It's
get this
perfect.
planned.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to
We'll
tell
have to
you,
like
man.
wire a mic down to Trent, like catch it. All right, we're gonna
Well,
record.
actually, the mixer board is right there, so it might be some way that we probably can plug it in straight in.
Well, we'll have 4 mics so that any of the performers that want to come up and talk to us while the show's going on, we can
That'd be
do.
awesome.
Oh yeah. But what I was about to say, if they're gonna ban drag shows, they gotta ban EDM shows before they ban drag shows.
'Cause of
EDM
the
shows.
drugs.
Yeah.
Look, yeah,
And then a lot of the EDM shows, there is no limit to age. Like a lot of them be like, you can come here at any age and be here. Okay, so you rather people be around a whole bunch of people doing drugs?
I'm gonna play
compared to.
I'm gonna play a clip during the second half of the show that actually talks about drug stuff and whatnot. That in relation to the idea that you can try and prevent whatever with drugs as far as loss and things like that, but you can't with guns. Anyway, we'll talk about it in a second.
I got you.
My dad said you were at Club 1. He's a frequent visitor.
Okay, he knows.
That's great.
Nice.
I love the fact that she's live on her Facebook.
Oh yeah, man. We got people up there, man.
What's funny about Savannah, just apropos, that's the only place I've been down where like when it was time to close down at like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They brought the cops out with horses.
Oh yeah.
And I saw Keith like get hit by the ass of a horse like
Damn.
really hard. And I was like, dude. I was like, they're not playing. Everybody needs to move now. We're gonna get trampled.
In fact, okay, on top of that, even if that law does get banned, let's say they ban kids from drag shows, and let's just say that's the only thing that gets.
Well, that's not.
Gets passed.
It's not even that. They want to They want to outlaw drag shows in public places, and the main course would be considered a public place. So they're not even just trying. They're not even being coy about it.
No.
They're just.
Wouldn't public place meaning a place that you have to like that's free to the public? Because you have to pay to get into the drag shows.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. No. But it's not a private club. You can go to the main course anytime. I've walked in the main course and had
But they're not going to let you into that event if you don't pay to get in.
drinks during lunch.
Well, of course, drinks during lunch. But technically, people rent that out for private events, and the Revue is technically a private event because people have to pay to get in.
Admission for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
makes sense.
and in that case, I hope that is what keeps the show going.
Correct.
But again, I've not seen anything as far as South Carolina legislation trying to ban that. I haven't seen that.
Paris said they are.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah,
so
Paris
Paris
said
says
they
there is
are.
legislation that they're trying to work through.
Yeah,
See, and that
they are.
ultimately is it just
And it's probably Lindsey Graham that's behind it, and Tim Scott.
Oh, of course, Tim Scott.
well,
The good thing is they're a bunch of incompetent chuckle nuts.
where is Lindsey Graham going to wear his dresses if he can't do
Right.
In McMaster's house.
Oh. You know what? On that, I think we're going to take a break. Asia's going to be back with us here in the second half.
Welcome back.
And she's going to check her notes.
Welcome back, Holly.
This is the All About Nothing podcast.
Do a twirl.
Hey, this is Jenny from Athens, Georgia, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast with Barrett, Zach, and Trent.
All right, welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast. Barrett Gruber, Zach King, Trent Clark.
We're
joined
back.
We're live.
by Asia Samuels with us. Thank you for being here, Asia.
What's up, Facebook family?
So,
Facebook.
We're gonna jump into the news sort of stuff that we sometimes get ourselves in trouble for.
It's been a little down.
Well, we knew it was about to get hot, so the guns are going to come back out.
So the first thing I want to talk about, because we mentioned it before the break, or no, I guess we were walking out. Jonathan Majors got arrested for assaulting a woman in New York City. I'm going to give you the details that I had when I wrote this. Essentially cast by Marvel to play all of the Kang roles, including He Who Remains, Kang the Conqueror, and virtually every other role of Kang.
Yeah, and listen, Marvel fanboys, suddenly Ezra Miller didn't seem so bad.
Ezra Miller still seems really bad, but he was arrested Saturday in Manhattan for a misdemeanor charge of strangulation, assault, harassment, and was reported domestic dispute with his girlfriend.
Correct. Choking and stuff.
Yeah. So some of the Marvel fans are already calling for him to be replaced. They're calling on Marvel and Disney to replace him, even though, like, I think most of the.
I love Jonathan Majors, though. My God.
I do too. According to his lawyer, though, there is evidence to clear him.
Yep, they got a video said.
Yeah, Majors was the one who called 911.
Correct.
And who you hope your lawyer would be for you.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that's Disney's lawyer too. So once y'all really hear the details about how they recanted everything.
Yeah, Majors was concerned about her mental state, and that's why he called 911. NYPD said the woman was taken to the hospital for minor injuries to her head and neck. So that was it. So what are the details that I have missed?
Details were that she apparently seen him texting somebody, and it was a female. And she kind of like went ballistic on him.
Jonathan Majors can't text his mom?
Oh, I don't think it's his mother. But also that
he's young. He's not married.
She has.
He said, she said shit.
But yeah, he's not married to her.
Yeah.
But this is just a female friend apparently, and she actually recanted her whole story now.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to say, is these the people who was in the Uber or something together?
No, I don't think they was in the Uber. But she recanted the whole story. Everything's like kind of like getting right back to normal now with him.
Okay.
Like it was only like a two-day get him out of here trial before Disney stepped in and was like, hey, no, we got video evidence of such and such, and it's going to clear his name.
Right, Goofy?
And the crazy thing about it is, like, the court of public opinion is so nasty now.
Oh, for sure.
Because y'all been seeing that Jonathan Majors been on the Army commercials, right?
I don't know. I don't see a lot of commercials.
Okay, he's on the Army commercial as like a guy just like explaining what's good about the Army and everything. And they got like people flying behind them. It's a really cool commercial. If
I'll check it out.
Check it out. But you can't check it out now because the Army took it off.
Oh,
they pulled it because of this. So now he's not getting paid for that.
You have to let, because you're going to have the court of public opinion come out. Yeah. You have to let that simmer for a minute and like settle down and be like, well, let's get to the facts, because it is innocent until proven guilty, period. Correct. That's how this whole system works.
The Army got away from all that domestic stuff. And, there's a lot of domestic stuff that goes on in the Army already. So they're not really trying to have that out there on their name either.
I don't blame them for that either.
Yeah.
Case in point with, being innocent until proven guilty. The fact that Donald Trump is still allowed to do everything and anything he wants to do.
Correct.
Despite the fact that he has literally 4 criminal criminal cases against him.
Correct.
So, as far as Jonathan Majors, I like Jonathan Majors as far as an actor goes. I think
Lovecraft Country is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think he is easily one of the best actors that's currently acting right now.
He did his thing in Creed.
I want to see Creed 3 so freaking bad.
It was so good.
Is that a long movie?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, because
ain't it like 2 hours?
It's like 2 hours. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's not. You know what though?
2 hours.
It flew by though.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Benjamin Button, you can see any movie. I feel like
you saw damn Titanic.
You ain't seen Benjamin Button?
People on a boat.
A river runs through it. You ever seen a river runs through it?
Yeah,
Brad Pitt. That's a long movie.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Titanic.
Well, of course, Titanic. Yeah.
Titanic used to be 2 VHS tapes.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Two.
I remember getting through.
Which one was the sex scene on? I think it's on 2, right?
2.
I think that's what I started on.
It's getting Stevie.
I was a kid, Barry. You gotta think about how old I was when that movie came out.
No, you were on tape 1 when the drawing scene came out.
98 or 99.
Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. Say less.
I was like 7 years old. I was like, man, I'm trying to see what that handprint is for. You know what I mean? Slide now.
Getting steamy in a Model T.
Well, I think Jonathan. I think if she's recanted.
Yeah, she's already recanted. I think that either he did it and Disney paid her a big lump sum to shut the fuck up.
So
that's some
or
head games too. That shit's like you're like fervent about it going down, and then
because you got to think about how much money Disney has invested in this man already.
She's already done the damage. Like if it's that way, right? Like I'm not gonna paint either one as a villain until they decide what happens.
Until we see the video.
But say she was being, just dirty about it.
Yeah,
damage is done. Just like Johnny Depp with Amber Heard.
Right. Yeah.
It literally took a second trial for days. The nation was like, "What?"
Correct.
Weeks.
Yeah,
it was weeks.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, either way,
nasty situation.
Jonathan Majors is like the entire Phase 5 and 6 is basically centered around Jonathan Majors.
100%.
And he's supposed to be playing Dennis Rodman in the Dennis Rodman movie.
There's going to be a Dennis Rodman movie.
How tall is
yes.
Jonathan Majors?
I mean,
like
you can come on, man. Camera angles, you'll look taller. Come on, guys. Y'all know how this goes.
Dennis Rodman's like 6'6", right?
Well, maybe most of the movies Dennis Rodman's sitting down next to his buddy from North Korea.
I was like,
maybe is that what the movie's about?
I definitely don't think so.
Because
I think it's about his peak, Dennis Rodman's peak, like whenever he had the dress on,
there is
all that. Yeah,
that may be interesting, but there is nothing else more interesting about Dennis Rodman, as far as I'm concerned, than his relationship. His relationship with Kim Jong-un.
Nah, man, Dennis Rodman, man. They say Dennis Rodman used to get fucked up before games.
Oh, absolutely. Look at the man.
But they say he didn't even warm up. He just went out there and just played.
Well, that's natural talent, but
what is going on? Are we talking about the 96 Bulls?
Yeah, I was gonna say 90.
Because like the last episode, you were talking about Scottie Pippen and his wife.
Oh yeah. The Bulls have been.
That felt weird.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen.
How you feel about Larsa Pippen dating Michael Jordan's son?
It's weird, right? It's weird, right? Yeah, it's weird.
You think she groomed him?
Probably.
Hold on.
I used to change your diapers. Now get over here.
Oh no. Yeah. I don't. Nope. Moving on.
I'm telling you.
And you got Scottie Pippen Jr., who played for Vanderbilt. I don't know where he is now. Probably like somewhere in the G League.
Oh yeah.
No, he plays for the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken.
As a starter, he's pretty good.
No, he's not a starter.
Well, if you're gonna put him on any team, put him on the Lakers.
I think he might be on the G League, but it's for the Lakers. I think they're trying to get him ready.
Scottie Pippen Jr. was about like the most balling player they had until like this year.
Kobe comes out and scores 100 points in a game. Yeah, he played for the Lakers. You want how much talent's on the Lakers? Well, there's LeBron.
Yeah, we got AD.
There's LeBron.
LeBron carries the team.
Y'all remember when
and LeBron only carries the team when he's playing.
Y'all remember
he takes 5 or 6 weeks off from the team.
Y'all remember?
Damn right. I just got the scoring title. I need to relax.
I think it was like 5 years ago or something. AD.
He's got all the rings.
It was on April 1st.
No,
and
he does not.
I didn't realize AD on April 1st, like 5 years ago, posted a thing with the mock razor for Gillette saying he shaved that unibrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, finally, my dude. Like,
oh, man. Gillette had to pay him money to shave it?
No, he didn't shave it. It was
it was fake?
It was April 1st.
That's
and I'm out here going like,
AD
shaved the brow. I'm so happy for him. No, he's like, April Fool's, it's still here. I'm just like,
Oh, man, they CGI'd the shave.
AD kills me.
It's just a little Photoshop.
He looked great. He looked great.
You say that's all he normal.
That's all he needs.
He looks so normal.
Why does he do it? It's like Michael Strahan with the gap tooth.
Well, no, it's like KD with the unbrushed hair.
Is he? You think he's putting a little for hims to thicken it up? And
dude, he
got all that money.
Maybe it's a sweat thing.
Mascaras it a little bit.
Yeah.
Gets it a little darker. Just mascaras it to make sure it's right.
Maybe it's a sweat thing. Like he doesn't have to wear like a headband.
Okay.
The unibrow stops the sweat.
If I was on the level of pro NBA basketball and AD's like, I have an advantage, I'd be like,
quit playing with it.
The difference is if I did my unibrow, I'd look like a Geico caveman playing everybody.
I still can't believe they did a TV
60
show
seconds
about
can save you 60% or more on car insurance.
So I wanted to talk about. So Trump held his first campaign rally this past weekend in Waco, Texas.
Trump.
Of all places.
It was a collection of just brain trust.
Here's the craziest thing. On the 30th anniversary, literally the 30th anniversry of the David
did y'all watch the Netflix?
I did. Yeah, I watched the Netflix special.
David,
fucking with it?
David, it's not Caruso, right?
No, David. Good God, he I can't think of the name. David
Koresh.
Koresh. Thank you. David Koresh.
Yeah.
Right there on the edge of my tongue.
I got y'all.
All cults turn into, all right, so guys, what I'm saying has been pretty good. Let me have sex with your kids.
Apropos of
That's exactly what that shit turned into.
Yeah, it was
and
bad.
then Bill Clinton's like, we got to send somebody in
apropos of the
give them grenades and flamethrowers.
Bro, they sent the army.
no, it was the national. Well,
It was the FBI.
It was the FBI ATF, but they were using equipment from the
Fort
National
Bragg.
Guard. Yeah,
Yeah.
So they rammed a thing in there, fire off some tear
Or
grenades.
Fort Hood, should I say? I'm sorry. I think it was Fort Hood.
Here's my take on him holding his first official campaign rally in Waco, Texas. It was very apropos of
Cult
location of literally cults.
Did you see the aerial photo though?
Yeah,
He's like, it's 80,000 people. I walked in, I said, wow, that's a lot of people.
this facility, the what they used on the tarmac at the airport would have held 80,000 people, and supposedly there were 80,000 RSVPs.
Right.
There was about 3,000 people showed up.
Oh, dude, it looked ridiculous. There's bigger Slipknot concerts.
I actually made the comment on somebody's Twitter because they showed the image, and I was like, well, he did have more people at his inauguration, I guess.
It made me feel, because if you watch the interviews they do with people like Stolen Valor, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
So they did like the one interview. It was a woman who served in the Marine Corps, and she goes, "What's your MOS?" to this one guy.
Yeah.
She was like, he goes, "I served," and she's like, "Where?" He's like, "Marines." And she's like, "Oh, what was your MOS?"
I was a Marine.
Can't say.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a specialist.
But you saw his like brain burning, trying to like MOS.
Yeah. He definitely stressed about that.
Can't say.
Can't say I know what that is.
So his first campaign rally was in March of 2023. It's more than 580 days from the 2024 general election, and based on current calendars across all the states, it's just under 1 year away from the presidential primary. February 6th, New York and Nevada is their presidential primary. South Carolina is going to have our presidential primary is probably going to be early February or late January. But what do you think is too early to be having these primaries?
Oh no, man! With Donald Trump, man, it's never too early for him.
Too early for him.
Well, he started campaigning for 2020. 3 weeks after his inauguration.
I mean, you gotta make that name hot, and he's making his name hot again.
And there's a lot of.
Are you excited about Trump?
I mean, hey.
No. I need an honest answer. Are you excited about Trump running?
Hey, look.
Trent, it wasn't fun.
Come on, not a deflection.
It's not a deflection. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. Biden got to step some shit up.
Because he ain't doing a damn thing.
He got to step something up.
He ain't doing
You got to
a damn
step
thing.
something.
What's better, not doing a damn thing or doing all the wrong things?
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna
That's a good
lie.
one.
Okay, let's. Did you not feel safer when Trump was in?
Fuck
Safer
no.
about what?
Safer?
Hold on, safer about what though?
From other countries.
Dude, he said let's nuke a hurricane.
Why you?
He also said
that.
he was going to build the biggest, best wall that's ever been
I
built.
mean,
Definitely
you know.
seems like a
Then
wall.
you go down there
he
and
started it. He just ain't finished it.
You go down there like, oh, look at this wall. Like, did Trump build this wall? They're like, it's been here for like 50 years.
And almost. So he technically, I think he actually, like, under his administration, they built 294 miles of a 3,000 mile distance, and of that 294 miles, almost 200 of it was literally behind the wall that already exists. Okay.
And the boys got a ladder, rope ladder, just like,
No, not even that. They're literally taking saws and cutting through it.
yeah, it's like sheet metal. Yeah,
Or they climb
go
up
just
it.
kick it really hard. It'll open.
I don't know, man.
You feel safer with Trump president?
I just don't think I'm not gonna say I feel safer, but I just feel like Putin ain't
I feel
gonna
like
fuck.
he said he felt safer.
I feel like Putin ain't gonna fuck with Trump if he's in office
He ain't gonna fuck with him.
because they're buddies.
Say
You want to know
safer,
why?
but I mean-
Because
It doesn't matter. If aggression is taken, a president will make a decision that goes down the board, and then you have 5 stars that go like, well, here's what we're going to do. Just like the one guy who did the whole speech, and I cannot remember his name. He goes, if you mess with America, and it's really the only thing we have to stand on as our military-industrial complex, but he goes, if you mess with America, someone else is going to raise your children.
yeah,
Like, and that's a fact. Like, any country in the world who wants to come and try it, they just won't do that. It's not a wise idea to do in any degree.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like Biden's been stronger against Putin because Trump didn't want to send any aid to Ukraine unless they did him a favor.
Yeah,
which was basically, can you pretend like there's an investigation into
What's
the Bidens?
that old saying that they said? quid pro quo.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he did to Ukraine's Zelensky.
But it's not that Biden.
I mean, I feel you, but what you saying with the Ukraine thing, man?
But it's
a lot of money Biden has sent over there, man. It's a lot of money, man, and we over here broke as fuck.
It's hell.
It's 70.
We broke as fuck.
That's
over
a
here.
tale as old as time, though, right?
Yeah.
That's not.
I feel
uniquely Biden. That is, let's go help these countries, and then you spend millions. You go like, well, we have homeless people. Something should be done. And he's not the first president to sit there.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's the first person
and you know
to
what
do
the
it.
excuse the excuse is when it comes to when the argument is homeless people or the poor or whatever. It's like the federal government does the same thing every single time. We're giving you Medicaid. You all choose. South Carolina is a prime example. We have not expanded Medicaid because they want a big FU to Biden.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we get it. You're going to send us a bunch of money, but we're going to build roads.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to spend the next 15 years tearing up Interstate 26.
And you see what's happening right now.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, 77 is shut down right now. 77 is going to be shut down for the next 3 or 4 weeks from exit from the start of 77 to like Shop Road, because we got a bunch of COVID money that we weren't going to give to people, and we weren't going to spend it on healthcare. So we'll build roads with
and then when they cut you that COVID check, they're like, these freeloading sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And also, Barrett, I'm not saying Biden's not doing nothing, but at least come on, put weed in the bill, man.
Well, okay.
I'll tell you this.
Come on.
What is Kamala Harris doing? You don't even see her on TV.
I don't hear don't hear Marcy about this.
They must be prepping her for whenever he.
But what did Pence do when he was vice
He
president?
danced with mother.
I mean, Pence, the job of vice president is to sit there in a chair and wait for the president to get off.
But you at least seen Pence, man. You at least seen him.
I didn't see him. He would sit next to
You
Trump.
came to Columbia a lot.
He would sit
You
next to
saw Joe Biden when Obama was in office.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Pence would sit there next to Biden, next to Trump, and just constantly gritting his teeth because he's like, this dumb motherfucker.
I mean, yeah, man.
My favorite.
I can't believe this guy got elected president. I cannot believe I'm vice president because this moron's president.
But he's paying my bills, so I'm gonna just sit here and smile.
I'll tell you, my favorite. My
Pence was
favorite.
making more money as not a vice president.
My
and
favorite.
Trump was still broke. So
Legally.
completely.
My favorite.
If he were to cash in all of his assets, I'm sorry, he'd still be broke. He would
With everything that says Trump.
Yeah, because all he did was sell his name. It's not there's no value to anything that Trump is technically owns. Even Mar-a-Lago isn't technically his. I mean, that's.
I think Trump might have had more funny memes come out of it. If we're going to talk on a social level,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
the best meme to come out of any presidency in a long time was when Obama was giving Biden the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And the meme was like, by brightest day, by darkest night, no evil shall. He's like, you're not Green Lantern, Joe.
And also, I feel like what we were saying, I probably said this before. I knew what Donald Trump was thinking when he woke up. I need to know what my president's thinking when
Is
they
it
wake
okay to eat a Big Mac?
Are there any porn stars
I just need to know what they're thinking, man. Like, Biden is hush hush on social media. I need to know what you thinking, bro.
He's 80.
Okay. Got to get somebody else to run it. Somebody put something on his social
Trump's
media.
like 77.
But Trump runs his own social media, so
Well,
they took it away from him.
he has access to his own social media, which was ultimately a detriment because he couldn't. He got himself so out of whack that he couldn't control himself. He got himself kicked off Facebook. He got himself. He had to create his own social media platform just for it to go broke.
isn't that still going good though?
No, Lord, no.
People are still on True Social.
There
right
are
here?
so many bots on True Social.
That's where all the bots from Twitter went.
90 no, they're still on Twitter. 99% of what you see on True Social is all bots. Like Trump posts something and then they pay. Like Trump's campaign or whatever pays for the bots to post messages.
Well, Barry, I really can't talk about Trump like that because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of you people on Facebook that, they got different accounts, so they'll go to one and then they'll comment under something, and then they'll go to another one and comment under something. You know what I mean?
I'm guilty of that.
That's what
I've got
we're
4
hypocrites.
accounts.
That's the example.
I'm not paying anybody to do it.
No, we're doing it ourselves. We don't have the money to pay somebody yet.
But they're legitimate accounts.
Yeah, you're right. But they'll technically still look at us as a bot.
No,
technically,
no. They're his
That's called
bots,
plebes. You're all just plebes to me.
His bots are quite literally a computer algorithm that's
AI?
creating a no.
You got AI bots?
Let's not label it as intelligence.
Okay.
It's not.
It's a functioning program.
Yeah. It's somebody hitting enter 50, 60 times.
There's not a lot of MILFs in your area that want to get what you're trying. I hate to break it to you,
but those bot MILFs may want to get with Trump.
Hey man, Stormy did, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she wanted to.
I mean, she got paid for it. It wasn't enough hush money, apparently.
Well, no, it was enough hush money. So here's the issue: it was enough hush money to keep her quiet, but
for
it wasn't
as long as it did.
It wasn't enough to keep everyone else from recognizing. Oh, you spent $130,000 out of your campaign to pay your lawyer back, who paid the National Enquirer to pay this woman. Like, if he had just used his own cash, it's not illegal to do it, but he's such a dumb idiot.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
That he literally and that's ultimately what happens with him with everything, is he's so stupid that he creates his own drama.
How much of our tax money you think he used while he was in the White House? On his personal stuff.
When they because he used Mar-a-Lago as his vacation home, and he literally went there every weekend
to play golf.
He spent more money than any of the past 5 presidents in history on his trips to Mar-a-Lago, because he was charging Secret Service like $1 million a weekend for them to have rooms. Not only that, but he also was charging.
He was charging the Secret Service?
Yeah. He was also.
Man, this man is a businessman. Goddamn.
Hey, that's a good excuse. But he was also had his own private security firm that was backing up the security. So his private security was also being billed to the American taxpayers.
Damn.
That's not a business.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's extortion.
That's extortion.
I mean, somewhat. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I guess.
But this is a guy that half of the country wants to elect back because they're like, he did such a good job. Show me what he did good.
Gave him a COVID check.
Yeah, man, that COVID check. I tried to tell you.
It was a COVID check.
Biden could have kept giving them checks.
That. I was going to say, you do all realize
I know, but
he didn't want to do a COVID check.
Of course, we know.
The only reason the COVID checks went through was because the Democrats held both the House and the Senate.
But that's what we were trying to think about. Was like, okay, if Trump didn't want them, why did the COVID check stop when Biden got in there?
Well, because COVID was pretty much over.
Because
we're still in COVID.
Because he got the vaccines to everybody and made everybody better.
The vaccine.
I'm just saying,
you're not sick anymore. Just like my dad from Connecticut.
What's the point in paying out a bunch of money to people if everyone is saying, well, we're not going to wear masks, we're not going to stop going out, we're going to get life back, which ultimately I agree with. I think everybody should have gotten back to normal.
Did y'all hear about the new thing about how COVID actually got out?
It was a lab.
It was a Trump fart after some chaos.
Oh my God! Damn, you should have played it.
It's all Tyler.
Why are you about to say something crazy?
I farted. I said, "Wow, that's a bad fart." Tyler's bleeding from the nose. What? Melania's has a fake nose, so it doesn't hurt her.
That's how Eric keeps that dumb look on his face.
Well, I would say he grew up with it, but he probably didn't know his dad was his dad until about 5 years ago.
You don't think so? Like, he was always looking for hugs from somebody else, and it was like,
yeah, that's the butler, not your dad.
It turned out the butler was more racist than Trump.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Trump's personal butler.
Trump, you know what?
Trump's personal butler, apparently, like, they interviewed him at one point during the campaign for 2016. The guy said things that they couldn't even air, like they couldn't even bleep out some of the most racist stuff.
If you want to know Trump's upbringing, which again, I don't know how much interaction he had with his dad marched with the Klan at one point.
Through the streets of New York. Trump, as well as his father, are known to kick black people out of their hotels and apartments just because they're lowering property value.
Correct.
Like the most ridiculous fucking part. That there should be like, we're not voting for this guy, right?
Right.
Well,
but he's seen it before it was happening.
But
because
he's like, I'm not wrong and I'm not racist.
I mean, it kept happening after he did it, so it's still happening. It's still a big thing that's going on. They're knobs and just property value, kicking people out.
Biden didn't get any black support until after Clyburn threw his name in there.
Well, the whole anomaly of all of it is that one story where the guy Trump was building a hotel and the guy came in that was contracted to do the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Did it, and then Trump said, "Fuck you, I'm not paying you." And the guy was like, just got ran up shit creek, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, 20 years, whatever later, ended up, he's like, I'm still voting for him. Like, what is Trump saying to dumb people that he's like personally screwed?
Well, look at his lawyer team. I mean, literally, his lawyer team knows that they're not going to get paid for any of the services they provide for him, but they do it, and you know why they do it, and they've admitted it.
Free trips.
No, it's because there's nothing free. No, they're paying.
Like, would have got me.
They're paying their whole way. Wow. The only reason they do it is because they get to go on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. They get exposure. And ultimately, if he goes down, if he winds up being indicted and is charged with a crime and winds up being prosecuted for anything, first of all, he's only going to serve his term out at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, that's it. He's gonna and ultimately, because he wasn't impeached, or he was impeached but he wasn't convicted, he is still going to have Secret Service. The only way he could lose Secret Service is if he gets impeached and then convicted, which isn't going to happen under a House.
If they do keep him in Mar-a-Lago, I hope they put him in the glass ball that the Sandman was in. I don't know if y'all watch Sandman. No. Just naked and like down there forever for people to come and be like, "Fuck you."
You're just gonna put him in a man thong.
Yeah. You're in a hamster ball that doesn't move. Yeah. Just feed me my grain nuggets. I saw those nuggets. I was like, wow, they're delicious.
So the whole point of that was Trump held his first rally in Waco, Texas, where you already have a bunch of cult people.
Oh, the insanity. The people who are like, well, Biden's president, and it's fake. Well, he even has like the presidential seal. It's a fake seal.
Yeah.
It's just like the utter deniability of your sanity. It's just, I don't ever want to. I mean, we meet them every day, but I don't want to meet those fucking people. Like,
about to say, man, it's more and more signs coming out.
Well, you can placate.
Get.
I guarantee you, if I had his money and I was willing to placate, I could be president. It's not that fucking hard. Guns are great. Gays are not.
To your point, though, I absolutely agree that Biden has not. I think that Biden as president has not done everything that he could potentially do, because the two things that I think that are still in his pocket that he could do at any point.
Yeah, man, he got to hurry up.
He could create a universal healthcare system by removing the requirement that you be 65 years old or older in order to get Medicare, and make that available for everyone in the country. And he could remove marijuana from the Schedule I narcotics list, and then it'd be legal.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, right? I'm trying to tell you, that's how you get the black vote. You don't get the black vote by telling people, "Hey, you're not black if you don't vote for me."
Right.
That's
you can't say that. We still voted for him.
You're right. I think because recall the stress and insanity of dealing with Trump. We just put in the guy that was nominated that like we had to vote for just to catch our breath, and we're still hands on our knees going, God damn. Like, okay, he's doing nothing. Nothing is fucking great right now.
Yeah, he's got no control.
Let's sit back
except that he has control, because he can go on Truth Social, which by the way, the idea that he's on Twitter again. But everything he posts,
he ain't tweeting though.
No,
not like that.
He posts everything on Truth Social, and then all of the news networks. But all the news networks still show you every single message he puts on there.
Of course,
and it's like, what difference does it make?
Yeah, the message is gonna get out there no matter what.
And he's still like, if he gets indicted in New York and he has to do that perp walk, he's already asked all of his supporters to show up in New York and burn it to the ground.
Correct.
Like, who does that?
I think it's gonna be like France.
He's rallying the gravy seals.
That's a really good one.
That is good.
I like that one.
All right, last thing before we get out of here, I want to talk about the Covenant Presbyterian Church shooting in Nashville. So at 10:11 a.m. on Monday, this past Monday, Audrey Hale, 28-year-old woman, entered the school, and I hear that she was transitioning, or that she was going to transition. There was a process that she was going through. 28 years old, entered the school armed with a rifle and 2 other guns, killed 6 people, 3 adults, 3 children. Cynthia Peak, 61, of Shreveport, Louisiana, who was there as she was actually there as a substitute.
Damn.
Catherine Concy, 60, of Baton Rouge. She was the headmaster. She was also there.
Could you imagine how the teacher that was supposed to be there feels?
Yeah.
Like the one she was subbing for?
The one that lived?
Yeah, well, the one that was at home because she was
She had a
substitute.
Yeah, there's going to be survivor's regret on that.
Did you
for
kill
sure.
Damn.
3 9-year-olds?
Yeah,
man.
Mike Hill, 61. They called him Big Mike. He was the custodian, and I don't have any details on exactly what happened and why he became a victim.
He's probably just walking in the hallways doing his job.
Yeah, victim of circumstance.
Because you can tell when she walked in there, she was just like anybody that popped out, she was going to shot. Yeah, she was going to get anybody.
Three 9-year-olds, Evelyn, Haley, and William. She legally purchased 7 firearms recently. This included the 3 that she used in the shooting and was being treated for an emotional disorder, according to National.
You hear that, Lindsey?
Police. Yeah. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham was asked about if the Senate could come up with any sort of assault ban, weapons ban. His response, and I quote, "No."
I think Lindsey Graham is getting a piece of that gun show that's always at the temple.
I mean, no, he gets something. So every campaign cycle, he gets a huge amount of money from the NRA because he's an A+ member. South Carolina Senator, I mentioned, we talked about it before the show. Melissa Joan Hart, Nashville resident. Her children attend the school nearby, right next door, apparently, assisted in the bringing children that were exiting the school to safety. If you don't remember Melissa Joan Hart, she was Clarissa Explains It All, Sabrina the Teenage Witch as well. Yep. Tennessee actually just recently passed and signed a law of a permitless carry bill. Anyone over the age of 21 can legally purchase, possess, and carry firearms. And to date, and this was before the show, so this is not up to date because there have actually been several shootings today since I wrote this. To date, 10,109 deaths. It's only March as a result of gun violence. 130 mass shootings, 13 mass murders, 5,808 suicides, 4,301 homicides, and we aren't even out of March yet.
So it's been time, right? It's been enough. Like, how much more?
I mean, but we say this every time it happens, though.
But you're absolutely right. But like, I want to go like, I've had enough. But fuck, I've had enough already.
Yeah,
it's like over enough.
It's like we don't even do no more crying for it. Like we've definitely all grown numb to like, oh damn, another shooting.
Oh, I'm not numb to it.
Children,
I'm not numb to it. This I literally cried yesterday. I felt and I feel it now.
I mean, because your daughters are close to that age.
They'll be 9.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they were innocent.
Yeah, like of course, yeah. I mean, it's gonna hit you hard. But when I say numb, I'm just saying like damn, okay. We all knew it was getting hot and, the guns are going to start blazing. We all was thinking like, okay, another mass shooting, when will it happen? I think we all got in our mind, when is another one going to happen?
Well, and if you watch any of the Fox News or Newsmax or any of those stations where this is, this is an issue for them because it makes the NRA look bad, but they offer is thoughts and prayers. They always this is it's too early. So my question is, can I get a guesstimate on how many mass shootings so far this year have been prevented by thoughts and prayers? Just curious.
Oh, 0.
Negative.
Yeah.
Fucking million.
I do not understand why Republicans and some Democrats, it's not just Republicans, there are Democrats out there as well, because they're getting money from the NRA. If you're ranked anything above a D when it comes to the NRA's rating in Congress, then frankly, you're too high.
Thoughts and prayers are what people say when they can't or won't do anything.
Yeah. Yep. And we're just going to continue to see a won't attitude from everyone that could potentially make this better. And I'm not saying to do away with guns. I have a concealed weapons permit. I carry a gun. I have a house, several guns that I have legally purchased because I got a background check. I did my concealed weapons permit. I can purchase firearms as necessary, but I have no use for an AR-15.
Yeah,
I don't. And these people, these individuals that say that they need their AR-15 for what? You live next door. What do you?
Stay in a community with other people and kids? Like, I don't get it.
And then the thing I wind up hearing so often is like, well, what if I'm in the store and somebody comes in the store shooting? Well, then you're gonna get down on your stomach.
Yeah,
like I mean that's what you do.
Right.
And these are people losing their children.
Yeah,
and I can't even fathom that fucking thought. Yeah. That's the shit that's gonna turn people into Frank Castle.
Yeah,
the Punisher. And what else can you do when the people who represent you aren't fucking doing anything about it?
Yeah.
When they go, well, they're they have mental illness.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking countries around here dealing with mental illness. Guess what's not happening to those countries?
Yeah.
Mass shootings in
Correct.
schools.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, like what Bear said, get down while the school shoot. I mean, like, I don't even know if that's what we should teach people, because we seen whenever the guy was in Buffalo, New York, he was coming around and hitting people that was laying down on the ground. So that's not even really the smart thing to do anymore either. Like, best thing to do now is just run, bro. Yeah, you just gotta take off, man. Like,
or do you want to turn it into the Wild West? Is that what you want to do?
Right. Do you want to feel unsafe everywhere you go?
Everywhere.
Do you want to feel like you have to have that gun on you everywhere you go? And that, because in some states they're open carrying now.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy y'all say this, because I just sat here and thought about it. You know, I don't go in the grocery store. I pick up my groceries.
Yeah.
we have we do the Walmart
That's
delivery.
absolutely. We do that too.
Yeah, I don't go in the grocery store.
So when my wife has to look at me and go like, I don't know how we can send our kid to school.
yeah.
Well, who's gonna we're not equipped to homeschool. These are professional teachers who don't get paid enough, and then there's fucking guns coming.
That was literally the conversation we had when we decided to when we had the girls, and then we decided that after the girls were born, Brody was going to be homeschooled because my wife has a degree in early childhood education, so you know she's got that ability. Right. But like, that was ultimately my decision for bringing him home, was because of the number of times he would come home and he would literally say, "Oh, our school was on lockdown today." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know, what was the reason?" They said, "Well, there was a bomb threat called in." I was like, "Okay, so they let you guys go after that?" And I was like, "How often does that happen?" He was like, "You know, 2 or 3 times a week." And it's like, holy crap!
They usually happen at Chapin a lot.
Is there even
But
any
it only
time
got
to
better
teach?
because the high schooler kids have phones, so they're calling their moms and like, "Oh, it's a bomb threat." Like, we really don't be knowing until our child calls and we call the district like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, because the school's not trying to tweet out that it's a gun threat here, so they're not gonna know until it's too late.
Imagine if my daughter ever called me and said there's a shooter in the building. I'm flooring it with my gun to come over there for the fucking cops who might not fucking
And that's exactly what they would not want to happen.
They don't want it to happen, but like if it's a Valde and they don't go in there and do shit.
Exactly.
I will shout out, we know there's bad cops and there's awesome cops. The ones who went in and responded and took that chick
In
down
Nashville, and
fucking killed her.
Yep.
Right.
They did not hesitate, and I could not be more proud of those men. And for the shit the Uvalde cops got for what they didn't do, the praise should be heaped on these men for what they did do.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Right.
I'm going to play this because this is apropos of our conversation earlier about the drag shows as well as guns. So this is.
Do you think are more dangerous, drag shows or guns to children?
Drag shows.
Drag shows. How many people do you think have been killed at a drag show?
I don't know, but the long-term effects are detrimental.
How many people do you think die every year from guns?
I have no idea.
48,000.
48,000? Okay. Well, there's probably 100,000 die from drag shows.
Which do you think are more?
Isn't that insane? And that's not just one. That's
100,000
people a year die from drag shows.
Just so y'all know, that was at the Waco rally this weekend.
Oh my God.
Was that a crowd moron?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a random.
So I'm gonna play one last thing. This is from this is John Oliver. I think when he was on the Daily Show talking. This was after some mass shooting here in the United States, but. John Oliver interviewed the Prime Minister of Australia, and then as well as some politicians here in the United States. So
obviously, gun control doesn't work. It can't work. It will never work. So how was your scheme a failure?
Well, my scheme was not a failure. We had a massacre at a place called Port Arthur 17 years ago, and there have been none since.
0 gun massacres? Hold on. Did gun control actually work?
It stopped one thing. That could also be a statistical anomaly.
Yeah, it was just their mass shootings disappeared.
But there were so few of them. Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo?
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo?
Yes. Mass shootings were rare anyhow.
Exactly. They probably barely had a massacre before 1996.
There were about 13 in the previous 18 years.
In the 18 years before Port Arthur, there were 13 mass shootings.
Yes.
Almost one a year.
Yes, I was unaware they had that many. Mass being what, more than 2 people at a time?
More than 4.
More than 4. Okay.
Whoop-de-doo. But perhaps there were other non-whoop-de-doo side effects.
The homicide rate involving the use of guns has declined significantly by factors of up to 50 and 60%. And the incidence of youth suicides involving guns has declined dramatically.
Whoop-de-do. Help me out here, crazy. Philip. Homicides with guns went down. Suicide with guns also went down. 0 mass shootings.
What did happen? Australia still has murders, rapes, and robberies, last I checked.
Unless you can get rid of 100% of crime, it's not worth doing at all.
Well, put it this way. It's illegal to have crack cocaine anywhere in the United States. Do you think if somebody really wants it, they can get their hands on crack cocaine in America?
So unless we can completely get rid of drugs, there's no point in having drug laws at all.
Bam.
Fucked them up.
Fucked him up.
Got him.
Body bag, zip it
Got
up.
him. God, dog.
I mean, it's so fucking logically sensical that it works. And that mass shooting that he talked about in Australia happened in 1997.
Yeah. Yeah, Port Arthur.
The first.
Didn't they make a movie about that one? No, that's the. What movie is that on Netflix?
I don't know. I'd watch it.
Well, the first school shooting, which was not the first, but that I can recall, was Columbine, where it brought to the forefront 98, 99.
98, yeah. I was working at WIMO, AM 1300, Winder, Georgia.
Exactly, and you're going, they can do that?
Sunny skies.
Yeah, and so they planted a seed that let angsty, fucked up kids think that was the way to deal with things.
Oh, they blamed it on video games too.
They tried.
Like it wasn't about the guns; it was about the video game.
They will find any scapegoat outside of
the guns.
The guns.
So
we like our guns. Fuck you.
The assault ban that was put in place in 1994 and sunset in 2004.
That Clinton put in.
Well, but it was actually something that was being worked out by when Bush was in office. Like they were setting the precedent. They were setting it. The direction was going that way. So when that happened, there was no legal sales of any assault weapons in the United States. That was done. Okay. It also it was illegal to import any assault weapons into the United States. It was illegal. And then any assault weapons that were used in a crime that was then confiscated by any sheriff's department in the entire country, and once those crimes have been convicted or whatever happened, those weapons were then destroyed. Now, because there is no assault weapons ban, and sheriff's departments, they either use that as their own stock or they sell them. Sheriff's departments will literally turn around and sell those firearms that were involved in a crime
at the gun shows.
And the reason things don't get done, all it took John Oliver was to sit down and think about this logically, and to destroy a fucking idiot who was in charge of our country at some point.
Yeah.
When all these politicians like Lindsey Graham, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt the Face Gates, all these awful human beings just want to fly in their planes, gather their fame, and then have you vote for them later.
Yeah. They're celebrities.
They're not here to change shit. It's a high school popularity contest.
Yep.
For genuinely something that should be taken very fucking seriously when you're making laws, and you're not going to do anything about it because you have a constituency of radical morons that want their guns. They like their guns, don't understand the Constitution for the shit it is. It's a living document. We have amendments.
Yeah.
But you think the ghost of Thomas Jefferson is going to come down and just kill your whole house or something? It doesn't make any sense.
No. So we'll just wrap up this episode by saying, to date, again, 10,109 deaths as a result of gun violence, 130 mass shootings, 13 mass murders, 5,808 suicides, 4,301 homicides. That is
that many too much plus one.
Yeah. So I know we got serious.
Yeah, man. Asia, thank you for coming to the show. You know,
we're gonna let these fascists stop us.
Nah.
Asia, is there anything else you want to tell us about the review before we get out of here?
Yeah, let them know how I be doing, Asia.
We do the review each and every Sunday at 1626 Main Street.
Yep.
The show starts at 1. Lights on and music at 12 o'clock. He be having us lit.
Yeah. Correct.
He be having fun.
Correct, man.
If it gets too hot and disappears, he'll be back.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't get high
right.
before the shows. I know better than that.
Thank you, Nick the Geek, engineer and producer, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. Check out details on how you can utilize his talent and production expertise at gotsoundstudio.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer. Follow him on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo, currently serving as the house DJ at the main course in Columbia, South Carolina. Make sure to go by and have a good time. You can contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo. On Twitter at DJ Lonzo Top 5. You can also phone him 803-262-7982. If you enjoy the show, consider becoming a patron by visiting our website and clicking at the link at the top of the browser that will take you to our Patreon page. You can find details on how you become a supporter, or you can check out benefits there and just consider a donation so that we can continue to bring you this nonsense. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy you enjoying it. As always, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for All About Nothing US, on Twitter and Instagram at AAN_pod, or you can find links to all of our social media and available podcast platforms by visiting theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you may call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is too far apart, you can fill that time by checking out some of our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Carrie and Chrissy host Status Macabre. You can find details at statusmacabre.com. Ami Bland takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole in episodes of Welcome to Wonderland, available on all of your podcast listening platforms. As well, you should check out our own DJ Lonzo's Top 5, hosted by Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast listening platforms. All right, so to wrap it up, make sure that you check out the Revue, the main course on Main Street here in Columbia, South Carolina, featuring Paris LaFerris, as well as our own DJ Lonzo.
Correct.
Also, don't forget you can become a supporter of the show by visiting our Patreon page, patreon.com/theallaboutnothing, or you can find links at theallaboutnothing.com. As well, you can join our Discord server and join the conversation. Thank you very much for listening. Everybody stay safe and
love each other.
Nice.
This The All About Nothing podcast is recorded live from the GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by Nick the Geek, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. To support the show, please visit theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media, merchandise, and more. Become a patron of the show by following the Patreon link at the top of our page. The All About Nothing podcast is an entertainment product of Barrett Gruber. Special thanks to Zach King, Trent Clark, Muff the Producer, Nick the Geek, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you for listening.
The All About Nothing podcast is a part of the GOT Podcast Network and a product of Barrett Gruber Entertainment and Media.